The median market time for homes in Highlands Ranch fell 78% last month. That's right, I'm Sean Reddy of the Keller Williams Reddy Group, and this is our Highlands Ranch Market in a Minute segment. Heads up, we go longer than a minute to break down the month over month and year over year trends in the Highlands Ranch real estate market, so that if you plan on entering the market as a buyer, as a seller, you're doing both at the same time, you know which trends or which metrics are favoring you, and you can best time your best move to make it most profitable and most seamless. So let's get right into these 9 metrics that we track and what segment of the population they favor. Do they favor buyers? Do they favor sellers? Are we in a buyer's market? Are we in a seller's market? And there's a lot of information and some misinformation out there from some media outlets. So we're gonna just break it down with real numbers in what's happening in Highlands Ranch. So I led off with market times. Again, the median market time last month. This measures what went under contract in February compared to what went under contract in January. Fell by 78%. In fact, the median time was just 7 days last month as compared to 32 in the month of January, as compared to 54 in the month of December. So what does that tell us? Well, buyer demand picking up as it normally does this time of year. The average days on market also fell by big numbers, 35% month over month, going from 54 to 35 days. While new purchase contracts surged 38% month over month. In fact, 123 homes went under contract in the month of February in Highlands Ranch. That's compared to 89 in January and only 68 in December. It's a huge boost in purchase contract activity over the last couple months. Closed sales also went up by 28%, going from 61 to 78 homes sold. All the metrics that I just mentioned, I should also throw in average sales, average close price went up 1%. Obviously, that's a seller favored metric there. Also, median sold price to list price ratio. That's the measurement between final or close prices of the homes that sold versus the final asking price. That went up by over 1% to 99.1. So not too many well under asking price deals are being struck right now when the average homes get 99% plus of their final asking price. Now, if you're buying a home, that all might sound discouraging, yet I promise there's some good news here. First, new listings, 154 last month. That's good for a 45% increase month over month. Last month, I reported that new listings surged by 186%. So we look all the way back to December, well, all the way back 2 months ago to December, only 37 homes were listed compared to 154 last month. So if you're a buyer, you have more choices than you've had in months, really. And that brings me to available homes. This is a total of everything that's on the market. As of March 1st, there were 160 homes available. That's a 19% bump month over month. So the new listings and the available inventory went your way as a buyer because you have more options to consider. Also, when you think about it, when you do have more options to consider, you also have potentially more leverage in striking a deal with a seller. One more buyer favored metric for the second straight month, the median selling price, which to me is more indicative of what's going on versus the average that can be thrown off by a huge sale or a tiny sale. The median's down 4%, and it's down 7% since December after a 3% drop last month. So you have a median price of $673,000, almost $674,000. Really, we'd have to go all the way back to, I'm scrolling here, March of last year. So it's been a year since the median selling price was that low. So of the 9 trends or stats that we follow, 3 of them do favor you as a home buyer, and 6 of them favor you as a home seller. So let's flip this up, or flip the script a little bit. Let's look at year over year and how this translates out. I'm going to start with those trends that are favoring sellers first, because it's going to be quick. There's only 2 of them. First of all, the median price. I talked about it being down year over year, or month over month. Sorry, it is up 2% year over year. Also, new purchase contracts, big surge actually, year over year of 40%, just about 40% more purchase contracts in February of this year versus February of 24. So that's, obviously price is a good thing for sellers, but the new purchase contract jump is, to me, that's kind of huge news, really. As we're in year 3.5 of elevated mortgage rates, and it's almost like people have come to grips with it. They realize it's not going back, that 6-7% is the new normal, and they're out there making deals to the tune of 123 of them in February. That's really it as far as the trends that are favoring sellers. Let's get to what you want to hear if you're buying a home. First and foremost, your home availability is up 142% year over year. So you have way more options this year at this time. Last year there was only 66 on the market compared to 160 right now. New listings jumped 25% year over year. Days on market, both up significantly year over year. Well, I say significantly. The median went from 5 to 7. So by percentage, that's significant. But the average went from 23 to 35. So if you're buying a home, you have way more to choose from, and you have longer to consider the offer that you want to make and the home that you want to offer on because of elongated market times compared to last year. Get this, average price, what closed in February of this year compared to February of last year, is actually down by about 1%. That's not necessarily, values are down 1% across the board. That just means the homes that closed last month compared to this February of last year are 1% less. Also, the sold price to list price ratio dropped by 1.7%, suggesting that at least this year compared to last year, more price is being negotiated off the top of the homes that are closing. So there you have it. Yeah. Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? To me, it's mixed. I mean, technically, by definition, still a seller's market based on months supply. Yet there's lots to be excited about going into this spring market if you are a buyer. And we'd love to be a resource for you. If there's anything that we can do to help you navigate this market, obviously watch the trends and the stats like a hawk. Happy to talk you through how these can benefit you in any segment of your home buying or selling journey. So reach out, call the number that's on the screen, drop a comment, or find me on social media, Sean Reddy. Love to be a resource. Take care. Thanks for watching.